Manchester United fans, lend me your ears. I have some news that will please you. Well, if you are thinking of this football club ever moving forward, then this transfer update on this show is definitely something you want to tune in for. Andre Onana leaving Manchester United this summer. I'm going to bring you the news. We also got updates on Liam Delap now that Ipswich have been officially relegated. Marcus Rashford's situation as well to talk about. How good was Matheus Cunha today? All of that rolled in, and we're celebrating Elfie winning the league with FC United as well. Just thought I'd throw that in right at the start as well, everybody. Get your live comments in, everyone. The hot topic tonight, of course, is Mr Andre Onana and the possibility of him leaving Manchester United this summer. I'm going to go through all the details and everything that has been reported this afternoon anyway. And it's come from quite a reliable source as well, and everybody's jumped onto it this afternoon. It is music to my ears. I'm sure many others as well in the live chat. So please do let me know how you feel about it. Is that Andre Onana is subject to a bid from the Saudi Pro League. Not the Saudi Pro League. Well, it is going to be the Saudi Pro League. I'll explain why. Neom SC, Division 1 Saudi League team, but they have just won promotion to the Saudi Pro League. So, Andre Onana isn't going to Division 1 in Saudi. He is going to be playing in the Saudi Pro League if sold, obviously. But Neom have actually contacted Andre Onana's representation. Right, let's get into this and let's get into the report first of all and what has actually been said. It has come from Santiona, who was the one that came out and said that certain things weren't true about Matheus Cunha and agreement being in place. It wasn't Matheus Cunha, sorry, it was Victor Osimhen. Sorry, do apologise on that one. But that's what Santiona has done recently. He hasn't covered much so far. He usually comes to the fore when the transfer window opens, and a lot of people are listening to what he says. But obviously, a journalist covering most European football has said this. Saudi Pro League side Neom are showing concrete interest in Andre Onana, and talks between them and his management have taken place. Onana is open to leaving this summer. Now, only yesterday we were talking about Andre Onana buying a 3.5 million mansion in Manchester. I don't know what's he going to do. Rent it out? Is he going to sell it on for more? I don't know what he's going to do. If that is real, I don't know. But this is real, apparently. And Andre Onana is open to that move. I think this was something that we all thought was the only way for Andre Onana to leave. Now, where does the massive bid come in from, you might ask? The one that I've put in the title. Well, we know that it has to be a huge bid, because I think anything over 30 million is a massive bid for Andre Onana after the season that he's had. I can pick out certain games where he's had good games, but this man offers nothing in terms of quality goalkeeping assets at all. His shot stopping is distinctly average. His distribution is poor. His reading of the game and controlling his 18-yard box is shocking. And coming claiming balls from crosses is probably his best attribute, to be honest. He does actually come and claim a good ball. That, for me, if United can get anything over 30 million for him, which apparently United's asking price is, it's got to be something over the range of 30 million for Andre Onana. I think that's what's going to clinch this deal for United, because that would clear all debt regarding Andre Onana's original transfer from Inter Milan 2 seasons ago. So going for 30 million plus, obviously, if United are actually if United, let's just say this, sorry. If Neom are actually talking to Onana's representation, there has to be a big bid in on the table. There has to be. They won't talk otherwise. They must be confident that they can give Manchester United an offer they cannot refuse. And you know what? It could be more than 30 million. We don't know at the moment. We're obviously just reading into reports on the initial communication between the reps and agents of Andre Onana and Neom SC from the Saudi Pro League. And I look at the situation as it is and I go, it sounds promising, but there's still a long way to go. I'm not getting fully convinced yet, but this is massive. The fact that Santiona has come out and said this is quite big as well. So we'll wait and see what Fabrizio Romano and maybe David Ornstein comes out and says regarding this. Maybe we'll hear something over this weekend from them too, because obviously they come out afterwards, after everybody else has sort of put their neck on the line when it comes to bringing news out within the journalist world. So Santiona breaking this news. Fabrizio Romano saying this week that watch Andre Onana this summer. This situation is still open. It's not high on the agenda for Manchester United. It's only a word that's come out of Manchester United. It's only what's been said in communications with the media and what's actually happening when questions have been asked. There could be things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, obviously. But one thing that has been said, that there is no player at Manchester United safe if the right offer comes in. There are certain players that are unsellable at Manchester United, and few and far between, but we think we know who they are. Andre Onana, if a bid comes in, United will not stand in the way of that club going for Andre Onana if it's adequate and we've got enough money to then go out and bring another goalkeeper in, and a quality one at that. This would be absolutely huge for Ruben Amorim and his season. It really would, because if you've got the Saudi Pro League coming in, United actually might make a little bit of profit on top of this. This is putting United in a very, very comfortable position if this is actually true. So when you look at it, if United actually go out and sell Andre Onana, 30 plus million, you're going to be scraping together a few million in profit, but his wages, which is 100 odd grand a week, are off the books, and the instalment payments are also off the books. So you could use what we're paying for Onana to pay for somebody else. That's how it works, basically. But if you make a little bit more, then it goes a long way for United bringing in a good goalkeeper. Obviously, you heard the news yesterday about Juan Garcia from Espanyol being contacted by Manchester United to see what his situation is. You've got Vitek coming back. We're supposedly selling Altay Bayındır as well, who, again, if United do sell, would make profit on. So if we could go through one of our worst goalkeeping periods and actually make profit on two players that the club really don't want, when United are coming off the back of their worst ever Premier League season, then you have to stand up and applaud Manchester United and this management structure that's in place right now for getting that deal over the line. I'd never thought that anybody would come in apart from the Saudi Pro League. The reports have been that there are many takers for Andre Onana in the Saudi Pro League and both Saudi Pro League and European markets. There's no one in Europe that's going to pay more than 30 million for Onana. If he wants to go to the Saudi Pro League, let's make this happen. We cannot afford to stand in the way of anything like this actually materialising. It would just be better for United if we could move Andre Onana on. Get rid of that headache, which is Onana and his calamitous ways, however you want to actually describe him. A bit of a nightmare is how I do. I just don't like him, and you all know that. That's my personal opinion. So whichever way Manchester United want to work this, whether they want to get Andre Onana out as quickly as possible now that they know that the Saudis are interested in him and already ready in a bid. Maybe they're thinking, well, hang on a minute. If we sell Andre Onana, does this give us room with Vitek coming back to actually already have a goalkeeper in place and then bringing another outfield player? Look, it's open for discussion at United. It's open to discussion with us. Please do get your comments in. I would prefer for Manchester United to go out and buy another goalkeeper. I really would. I haven't got a problem with Vitek coming back, but I want to be safe. I would rather go out and buy someone who we know is going to work in a system that Amorim wants. And if Amorim wants to bring in a certain goalkeeper with certain attributes, then you go out and you get what Ruben Amorim wants to fit this system. You're all in right now. You're only going to go out and get players that Ruben wants and Ruben works with. You know how the system works. You know what the formation is. You know what attributes and characteristics players are going to need to work with Ruben. So you go out and you go all in on that. And you back your coach. It's as simple as that. There's no point in thinking, what if this doesn't work? And then the next manager comes in. You go out and you get the right players. And I think with Ruben, we will make the right decisions in the transfer market. I think we've got a good team there. And I do believe that it is going to be Manchester United making the right decisions in this transfer window. And we're not all questioning them. I have got confidence that it is going to happen. And just the sound of Ruben Amorim actually talking... not Ruben Amorim. Just the sound of journalists actually talking about the possibility of Andre Onana leaving Manchester United and going to the Saudi Pro League. Thank you. That is music to my ears. It really is. It really is music to my ears, that. Just on this, in terms of regarding the situation with journalists and whatnot, I've seen a comment here from Sully, who's actually been asked a question. Onana links to the Saudi Pro League was the question asked, and his response to this was, that all I know is that Amorim has made it clear internally he wants a new first choice this summer. Whether he can move him on is a different question. Not sure on the links to Saudi as of now. So, yeah, that pretty much is internal and behind the scenes information there, really, in what Sully is saying. And I think we can look at that and just go, it just does look like Manchester United are making plans in case. Now, you could sell Bayende and bring in another goalkeeper, and Onana's still there. I don't think United would want two so-called first-choice goalkeepers at Manchester United. And by first choice, I mean, obviously, Andre Onana is clearly showing that he's not good enough, but he's still on first-choice wages. That's what I mean. It's all going to come down to Manchester United's finances on that side of things. But that, for me, pretty much confirms that United, with all of the players that United have been linked with goalkeeper-wise, this story now coming out as well, and it coming from a decent source as well, and a relatively reliable one, who hasn't said much so far around Manchester United stuff, except that the Osimhen deal wasn't real. And he said that before the news broke from Ornstein. I remember reporting on it. So you could say this is actually genuine coming from Santiona. So let's see how this develops now. But this really is probably, this will be one of the most significant moves. The striker is still the biggest one for me, and will always be the biggest one, I think. But Andre Onana leaving Manchester United would be huge for this football club. And it will be a massive bid, because it's going to have to be over 30 million. I cannot believe anybody would want to spend more than 30 million on Andre Onana. I really can't. But look, Saudi Pro League may want characters. Andre Onana is definitely that, isn't he? Let's get into the conversation in the live chat on this one. Let me know what you think. Andre Onana possibly leaving Manchester United, United fans. Get excited, talk to me, let me know in the chat what you're thinking, please, everyone. First of all, before we kickstart on that, we have 5 gifted memberships sent in from Andy W. If you have been gifted one of their memberships, make sure you put a big fat thank you in the live chat to Andy. Andy, absolute legend. I love that. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Adam, are we looking for a new keeper, or are we looking at turning Altay Bayinde number 1? No, we're not looking at Altay Bayinde going number 1. We're looking at a new goalkeeper, mates. I can pretty much say that just off what Sully said there as well. Internally, Ruben wants a better goalkeeper. He will back on. I think I've said this before. Ruben Amorim will back Andre Onana and any player in his squad until the very end. Well, they're playing in the season, they can, but we're about to find out what Ruben Amorim is like in a transfer window, and whether or not he thinks that these players are actually good enough. We've seen when you cross him what happens. We've seen it with the biggest profile at Manchester United, in Marcus Rashford, and now he's willing to treat players. So I think when we get into the summer, we're really going to see what Ruben's made of, because I just don't see him hanging his actual reputation on the line with Andre Onana in goal and Rasmus Højlund up front. He's just not going to do it. He cannot play the way he wants to play with them two on the pitch. And whichever way you want to say and argue against it, Rasmus needs time. He doesn't get the service. Onana needs time. He has saved it at certain points this season. We need to give him a chance and get off his back. No, and bleeding no. It's not going to help Ruben Amorim at all. None of that counts for him. And he does want to move forward at United. If he's going to move forward at United, he's going to need to bring in some new players. And a number 9 and a goalkeeper are top priority for me. To be fair, Onana has pulled off some good saves as well, but we know what you mean. That's with the mistakes, like Steve says there. You're looking there at the soft side of it again. I'm not saying that he's soft, Steve, by the way. It is a fair point, because he has made some good saves this season, but he's made as many mistakes as he has good saves and saved. How many games has Onana lost to how many games has Onana won us? He's done well in certain games and earned us points, but he's done more damage than he has good, and we know this. And United are just not a force with him in between the sticks, and we all know it. We all know that he is just not there for Manchester United. The defence is weaker with him behind them, and I just don't see how he works in what Amorim wants to do. He's not confident in playing the ball out from the back either. He really isn't. I never got one again. I'm not sure what that is. Sorry, Nico. Sell both keepers, keep VTech and get another, says Compost Smith. I could see that happening. I could also see VTech being sold for 100% profit as an academy graduate. That as well. And Bain. So you could sell all 3 goalkeepers this summer and make a massive amount of profit. and then really look to invest. I think United are looking at that. I do. There's not been one word that Vitek is going to come back into Manchester United and start playing. He's going to come back and then probably go back out again. I think United will cash in, sell him. I think they'll sell Baindir, and I pray that this news about selling Onana is true as well. I think they'll sell all 3 goalkeepers, is my opinion, just looking at it, because I haven't seen enough noise for Vitek staying and coming back. I know Ruben's got to see him possibly in pre-season, and he may give him a go, but I think all of the noise going around at the moment is of so many other goalkeepers being linked to Manchester United that it's inevitable that someone else is going to come in, and we are going to spend money on a keeper. I just see it happening. Andrew says, I'm still okay with a longer-term plan. I reckon Vitek and Baindir could do for a year and then look at it next year. Vitek's had a good year, but it's hard to gauge how that would translate into the Prem. It's very true, Andrew. He has had a good year, and you would say he's going to do a better job than what Onana has this season. He has. Let's not forget, United are sat 15th in the league table at the moment. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace where we're at. And we need better players in nearly 3/4 of our starting 11. That's what we need at United right now. I've said it all along. I reckon if United went out and brought in 3 to 4 players, and then 3 to 4 players were all going to go into Manchester United's first team, as in starting 11 players, then that's a good summer. Because I think that Manchester United would be getting better players. The recruitment is set up, I think, ready for it, and I think we will get it. I think we will get them players that we want. It's going to be really interesting to see who the goalkeeper is if Onana's sold, though. That's a big one. Super chat in from Greg. Thank you, Greg. Keeper, question mark. Only if we sort the attack out first was my meaning. I think you might have said something and then he's just come back with a super chat. Appreciate you doing that, mate, as well, with a super chat. You didn't have to, but yeah, what you're looking at there is, I do think that, yes, we need a number 9. That will come in time within the window. But if there is an opportunity, and I said this yesterday, it is an opportunity to make some big transfer decisions that aren't top of the agenda. Say, for instance, bringing in Edison over a striker. I would do that to get that best quality number 8 because he's the best in class. If we can get another goalkeeper before we get a number 9, I would do that because there's a goalkeeper available and we can sort a problem out instantly. There's your 1, there's your 8, there's 2, done. You've got your 10 in Cunha coming in, there's another 1, done. And the rest of the summer, you go hell-bent on trying to find the exact striker that you need, and then bang, 4 massive key positions in Man United's side. In fact, a completely new spine. The only thing missing is a centre-back, which we don't need right now, or is not a priority. That is a huge summer for Manchester United. It really is. You add a right wing back to that and possibly another player being brought in, then that is one hell of a window. 4 to 5 players all going into Manchester United starting 11. That is the ultimate 100% 10 out of 10 window for me. Keeper, 9, 8, 10, right wing back. That is the ultimate. And again, tomorrow, like we said this morning in the early show, about maybe Mantato or Kamasan coming through on the right-hand side. Dalot is there as well, whether you think Dalot is good enough or not, but still, you could live without buying a wing-back this summer if it meant getting the first-choice striker in or a really good striker. I think we can, because Ahmad can play there, Kamasan, Mantato, Dalot. You've got plenty of options there, I think, to get through a season. Can Ruben get everything he wants in one window, I think is the question, isn't it? I don't think he can, and I don't think we will. So prioritise the key areas, I think, more than anything. Yeah, we did talk, Graham, good point. We did talk about Freddie Woodman as a free transfer from Preston. That is a number 2 goalkeeper if ever I seen one. It really is, isn't it? No. I can't do what we bought him for. Can't do what we bought him for. I don't know what that means, Ant. Is there another part to that I'm missing there, mate? Can't do what we bought him for. As in, like, can't be a goalkeeper. Is that what you're saying? I'm pretty certain that's all you can mean, mate, isn't it? But yeah, get Onana out of this football club. Definitely. Actually, you did mean that, didn't you, when I think about it? Sorry about that, Ant. Thanks for the super chat as well, buddy. But yeah, Onana must go. And it's open, like, who is the replacements? Greg's first super chat, by the way, sorry. Keeper only because we're toothless in attack. As in, that's what he's... Sorry, he's just covering his other super chat. Greg, Legend, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. But yeah, he wants a number 9 in before the goalkeeper, is what he's saying. Ant says we only have to look at how many mistakes Onana has made leading to goals. 17 in 2 seasons, I think. David De Gea, 13 in his whole United career. It's the opposite way round, I think. Onana's at 13. David De Gea in his whole career was 17. But you got the numbers right, just back to front, mate, I'm afraid. We'll let you off, though, because you got to the point, mate, really. Zicky Dyke says, what we need is a strong, tall, quick, energetic box-to-box midfielder. When we get that, we can pair him with Bruno or Manu. We need to press our opponents. I think Manu will be pushed further forward. I think Edison is the number 8 ball carrying midfielder. He's very, very strong, very good, very quick, and good in the air as well. So I think that's the player that we need there. And then, yes, we will just release Bruno Fernandes then because he's not having to cover other players' positions, which I think is massive. Right, moving on. Obviously, today, Ipswich, shit. Again, get back down to the Championship. Sorry, McKenna. Whoa, well done. Back-to-back promotions, yes. What a shocker of a Premier League season you have had, my friend. Anyway, their confirmed relegation after Matheus Cunha absolutely battered his teammate Liam Delap. See what I did with that there, didn't you? Yes, Cunha's masterclass. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, I got it all wrong. They played Leicester. Sorry, it was rude. It was rude I was thinking about there. Forget everything I just said. Wolves beat Leicester. Ipswich lost to Newcastle. I got it completely mixed up. Killed my joke and everything. What an absolute tool. Yeah, I am. But, yes, Ipswich are down, which means, of course, everyone gets excited because now it's official. The release clause of 30 million quid is now on the table. Let the bids commence. Liam Delap is now up for sale. So, the problem in that, and now this all being official, Onana dives like a Sabutio goalie. Super chat from Ant. In slow bleeding motion, mate. Back to Delap, sorry, quickly. This now means that 30 million is on the table. That doesn't mean that you're going to get Liam Delap for 30 million. The problem you've got with Liam Delap and where he is the hot property in the Premier League right now because of that price, it means that there's more teams interested in him. Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, Newcastle, to name a few. Two Bundesliga sides as well. He's not going to Germany. I think that's been clarified already. But Liam Delap actually now is going to create a bidding war. Because if someone comes in and says, right, Ipswich, 30 million, there we go. Someone else could come in and say, well, actually, you know what? We'll give you 33, 34 million. And then we'll match the wages that he's on. So the player's happy and you're happy. Sell him to us. No agreement in place with the first team that bid 30 million and met the release clause. There's no reason why Ipswich have to wait around for 30 million. They can drive this price up easily. They just have to get that release clause met. So someone can come in with 30 million, but someone can come in after him with 35 million easily. So it's a case of how much is Liam Delap worth. He's worth 30 million quid. And that's about it, really. That's the deal that you get done. You're pushing something near 40 million with add-ons. If he hits 20 plus goals a season, I don't mind paying 40 million for a player. But he's had a good season, a very, very good season in the circumstances, and he's worth 30 million of anyone's money all day long. And that is where United need to be, and maybe drawing a line as well. Because if the bidding war starts, United will end up walking away. And then we're looking for another striker. So yes, it is all open season on Liam Delap. Let the bids commence. But this does not mean that Manchester United are going to get him or anybody's going to get him for that 30 million. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting, actually. Let's just see what else we've got here in the chat. Adam, can you please address your earlier show about Mantato not starting last night, even though he played 70 minutes? Yeah, misread the team, mate. Didn't have to pull me up on it, though, Tomo, did you? I'll let you off because you're so good, mate. It was Kamasin who didn't feature last night. But Mantato, again, is still one that is being talked about, mate. Thanks for that, buddy. It's a release clause. No one will pay the club more money. They pay the player more money. No, they will pay because they'll try and get something in place to make Ipswich go to them. They can match the wages or better the wages. The release clause is met, but they could easily pay more for him if they wanted. Say, look, all right, Ipswich, you come to us and you tell Liam Delap that we are going to pay him as much money as the other club, but we're going to give you 40 million. They can match the wages and better the wages and better the transfer fee. That's what can happen, and that's probably what will happen if someone really wants him. I feel like Delap will move to Chelsea. The perfect move for him would probably be Forest, though. I don't think we'll get him over the line. But one thing quickly on Delap, I don't think he's going to go for 30 million. That's all I'll say on that one. I think he'll go for more. Agree, we need a new keeper, but we need to go Cunha, striker, box-to-box mid, then the keeper. When I said sort the attack, I mean a number 10 and a striker. Well, that's going to happen, but obviously 9 and goalkeeper are the key areas. If them two, your linchpin and your finisher, are not working, then the rest of the team doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's like having all of the products made in the middle and everything's working well. Your defence, your midfield, all of the other cogs in the machine are working well. And it brings out this perfect piece of chocolate. I'm thinking of a chocolate machine here, something like that. Just to use an example. Don't know why, I just like chocolate. But it comes out and then you've got shit wrapper on the end. And then you forgot to put an ingredient in at the start. So it looks great and everything looks like it's working right, but it tastes like shit and it looks like crap. Do you know what I mean? That's in terms of the wrapping at the end and the finishing. But again, I just think that key areas of your team have to be at the front and right at the back. They're massive. And yes, the rest of it has to work in between. But if you're working your ass off and no one's finishing, and you're working your ass off and the keeper behind you keeps on letting goals in, we're gonna come a cropper constantly all of the time. We really are. Watching the Aston Villa vs Palace game, still 1-0. Marcus Rashford looks like he is going to be heading out of Manchester United for definite on top of this and finishing on a bit of a damp squib in the league unless they get the Champions League places. On Rashford news, actually, you just brought me onto it because Marcus Rashford apparently is going nowhere near Manchester United again. So this is the story coming out. Sources believe that Marcus Rashford will not pay for Manchester United again under the ongoing situation with Ruben Amorim. Rashford is aiming to transfer to a club participating in the Champions League. This is a Marcus Rashford that contributed to his so-called boyhood club finishing in an absolutely shocking position last season and not being in the Champions League themselves. But it's not his fault. He should be playing in the Champions League, so he's going to go elsewhere. Good luck to you, Marcus. Just get off our books and leave us alone. We don't give a shit where you want to be playing or what you want to be doing. Just get away from the football club, and that's a message from all Manchester United fans. Yep, you think you are better than what you are, and go and prove it somewhere else. And good luck with that, because let's see who's going to want to pay you your wages for what you have put up so far over the last few years since you got that big contract from Manchester United, which you went completely downhill on ever since you bleeding signed it. God's sake. Yes. A quick one on JJ Gabriel as well, his superstar 14-year-old. He was on the bench again today for the under-18s, wasn't called upon, but second call up to the under-18s now as well for JJ. So again, more progression there and interesting developments coming that way. Back into the chat we go on this one. We're talking about Marcus Rashford as well as Delap and Andre Onana now. So get all of your comments in on anything to do with either of them right now. We'll bring up a full discussion on this. My worry is Delap has scored. My worries with Delap has scored less than Højlund did in his first season at a club with far less pressure, and look how that's worked out. Liam Delap scored in a relegation-threatened side which invested hardly anything and created a lot of the goals himself. Rasmus Højlund was brought into a Champions League playing side which was creating chances and should have done a lot better, is what I would say. And yeah, you could talk about the pressure, but look at the pressure now. After Rasmus Højlund contributed to a really bad season for Manchester United last season, he's just disappeared. So yeah, that is a fair point, Ant, and it's a good one to make. But Manchester United need actual characters, and I think there is a character in Delap. I think he is more understanding of the English game, even though Rasmus has played 2 seasons in the Premier League. I think Delap is made for the Premier League. I do. It's whether we're going to have enough patience for him, I think, in the United fan base. I think that's what we're looking at here. One player that Manchester United we do know is capable of performing in the Premier League is the highest scoring Brazilian in the Premier League's history, which today was confirmed in Matheus Cunha. 3 goal involvements today, 1 goal, 2 assists for Matheus Cunha. Try to tell me that his stats are not good enough for him for Manchester United. 62 million, there you go. Signed, sealed, delivered. Get that man over the line and get him into this football club. He is exactly what Manchester United need. And I'll say it again, the highest scoring Brazilian in Premier League history. Alongside, I think it is Gabriel, Martinelli and Firmino. In terms of Premier League goals, 15. That is what Romano said earlier on. I haven't checked the stats. I've backed Romano on that one. So if you can come back at me and hit me down with that, it's not my fault. It's Romano's fault. But yes, he is the highest scoring Brazilian in Premier League history now. In terms of goals in the Premier League. 15 goals this season in the Premier League. That, I think, is phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. And I look at that and go, that in Man United's side is, that is gold right now, isn't it? That is a game-changing player right there. And I do think that he will make a huge difference in terms of leadership and character within our side. I think he's a role model that will set standards at United. And I think he knows what Ruben wants, which is key in all of this. I think there's a relationship there already that we've seen develop off the pitch. Between Ruben and Cunha. They both like each other. Ruben wants him in his side. He loves United. He likes the way Ruben plays. He plays in the system already for Wolves. And that's under Victor Pereira. So, look how many goals he's scoring in this same system. Look how many chances he's creating in this system. It's a win-win for Manchester United, this. And, again, it is, I think, for me, like the biggest positive of all. It's like Enzo Cunha signing for Manchester United, done. Getting Matheus Cunha over the line, very, very close. And I think by Monday we'll probably have some massive updates on that as well. That over the line and done, before the window's even opened. Now we're going to find out about Delap. And now we're hearing that Andre Onana could be leaving as well. Very, very positive week for Manchester United. I'm not banking on the team backing it up. I love you too, Tomo. Don't even worry, mate. You can buy me a beer when you fly over from Thailand, mate. But yeah, it is. I'm going to stay positive with it. I'm going to stay. Like I said, I've not got much hope that Manchester United on the pitch will keep that positivity going. I'm just hoping that they've saved themselves enough for next week, for next Thursday. That's all that matters right now. Good to see some more academy players play tomorrow, hopefully. Like we said this morning. Why big up Delap? I don't know, he's rubbish. Most of the chats are saying it. Look, mate, am I not allowed my opinion? Most of the chat can say what they want. That's why we do this show. And everyone's welcome to it. But you can't question my opinion as well, just because the chat says so. But yes, you can question Delap. He's had 1 year in the Premier League. I get it. But he's worth 30 million. And I don't think anyone can argue with that. He's worth 30 million quid. That's cheap for a striker with years to come. And I think that is safe money for United. It's not too much. His wages won't be too high. And it's 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Oh, Marcus, where are you going? Another trophy down the Swanee. You better pull your finger out. Son Watkins is going to be on to clear up your mess. 2-0 to Palace. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Any more news on Master Tuno? Not yet. No, it's still at the same point with Master Tuno. And yes, Palace, by the way, does affect the European places. 7th place in the league, if Palace win the FA Cup, is Conference League now, where it would have been, it normally would have been 6 that took it. It's now 7th place takes Conference League football. So, yes, that's what's happening right now. So if Palace do win the FA Cup, that is, not forgetting it. They have to win the FA Cup for this to happen. So, yeah, it changes a lot, actually. It really does. Let's get some more comments in. Everyone pile in. This is your moment now. Let me know on any of the topics we've been talking about. Is Rashford injured? I didn't know. I'm not too sure, actually. Wharton is all over Villa. I'm not actually watching the game. It didn't interest me at all, the Palace and Villa game. It's why I've done the show at this time while it's actually on. But obviously, Onana is more important for us and what we're looking at right now, United fans anyway. A keeper is crucial, not only for keeping, but it changes the way defenders play 100%. Watkins is on, which is great. Marcus Rashford, again, like the news on Rashford and what he wants, I still don't get how Emery rates Rashford ahead of Watkins. I don't get that, and I never have got that. I don't know why it is the case. I really don't, but look, I don't really care, to be honest, as long as he leaves. But I do kind of want him. I have to go back on what I just said there. It's Rashford off. Then I hope he's actually all right, and he's not badly injured, because we need to sell him in the summer. And the last thing that we need, the last thing that Ruben needs, and it's like that report says, we know that their relationship is dead, and it's dead in the water. So there's no way back. Absolutely no way back for Marcus Rashford. Let's just see now. Rashford is injured. Yep. Everyone keeps saying. As they got the first... who got the second goal for Palace, by the way, everybody? Sarr. It was Sarr. That was the one. Rashford landing at Belfast later tonight, says Stephanie. Delap chooses Chelsea all day long. We will see. Here's one quite. I think I said this the other night as well. No Gyökeres, no Osimhen, and no Delap. Who is your striker? There you go. Reminder, a quick one from Simon Stone here, actually. Reminder, a Palace FA Cup final win would impact which Premier League places get European slots. 7th would be Conference League, unless it was Chelsea and they won the Conference League this season, in which case England would have no one in it. That's a weird one. It would be 8th if, say, City won the FA Cup. Jesus, that's a lot of places. And I think that's if Chelsea don't win the Europa Conference League. It's complicated as hell, isn't it? It really is. It really is on that one. But yeah, that's the situation with all of the European places anyway. It's not saying much, but UEFA Conference is only trophy we have never won. No, I know. Don't say it. Don't say it. Wrexham have been promoted to the Championship. The Hollywood charm continues. Trying to make it up to the Prem, I think that's a step too far, too quickly. But you never know with the backing on that money anyway. That will be interesting, though. If Rashford comes back, they should drop him to the under-21s. If he refuses to play, sack him for breach of contract. We don't get a fee, but those wages would come in handy. He'd be gone. United will have to sell him, mate. So I get what you're saying, and that's what he does deserve. He can't play in the under-21s anyway, and United need the money. There's no other way of looking at it. Yep. Anthony and David De Gea might have a say. Well, we'll see, won't we? I mean, they're going to knock one of each other out anyway. So Fiorentina and Betis in the other semi-final in the Europa Conference League. So, yep, one of Anthony or De Gea is going to be out. So we'll see. It would be lovely, wouldn't it, if Anthony ends up scoring the winner in the Conference League final in front of Jadon Sancho, who he was bitching and moaning about being a favourite under Ten Hag ahead of him, and Chelsea don't win anything this season at all and end up being out of Europe because of it, and we get bonuses for Anthony giving Betis a trophy and winning that Conference League, because we will get a bonus for that, which is great. It really is. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? It would. But no, that would be the ideal situation, I think, and a perfect 10. Obviously, United win the Europa League, Anthony wins the Conference League against Chelsea in the final, and then Arsenal bottle it in the Champions League. City drop out the top 4, 5. It's not going to happen, is it? But yeah, we can't have everything, can we? But it would be nice. It would be nice. Love this channel and all the chaps on here. I don't watch that idiot bridge at all. He didn't say that, I said that. Adam is a genuine United fan like most of us. Dead right, Tomo. You know the score, mates. Would love to see Stockport County in the Premier League in a couple of years. That could be nasty. That local derby between them and Manchester City. That would be something, that, wouldn't it? If you know, you know. Thank you for all the likes, by the way, everyone. Absolute legends. Been loads of people dropping in and out of the show. I know there's a few people probably watching the football as well, but I just wanted to try and keep to the normal timetable as much as I possibly could. I wanted to bring you the Onana news because it excites me. And you know it excites me. It really does. But yes, thank you again, everybody. If you do love the content, please make sure that you give it a like as well. And a quick one again. I've been running it all week. And you know what's coming now, everybody. It is our bingo special. Match Bingo are our match day sponsors here on FUTV United TV. And tomorrow for the Bournemouth game, we are doing an FUTV only live bingo game. So that means that only people who scan my code, QR code on the screen, or the link that's pinned in the live chat right now, only people who scan that can be involved in this game. It is match bingo for United versus Bournemouth. So you have 15 match events on one card. It's like getting a load of numbers on a bingo card. And as they're called out, you cross them off. So if there's a throw-in, you cross it off. If there's a corner, it crosses off. If you get 5 in a row, then you win 25 quid. It will be someone from FUTV. Another 5 in a row, another line will go 25 quid to another FUTV member. If we get enough people downloading the app and buying cards this weekend and we get over 200 cards bought, then somebody is guaranteed to win £200 in that game tomorrow, even if you don't make the jackpot. Now, the jackpot would be all 15 events. If you get all of them, you would naturally win the jackpot anyway. But even if nobody on FUTV wins that or gets all 15, we will still donate £200 to somebody drawn out of the hat. It's got to be 200 tickets sold, though. So I'm imploring you to get in there and be part of it. You are missing out. It is great fun. It's only £2 a ticket. So get in there and buy a ticket. Use my code on the screen or the link in the live chat right now. Scan that, download the app, you will be directed right to the Bournemouth game. You can only get onto the game if you click on the link or scan the QR code on screen. And that's if you've already got the app as well. It won't show up if you just go on your phone straight onto the app. It only works if you go onto it through the code or the link in the live chat right now, everybody. Get to it. Match Bingo again. Thank you. Amazing sponsors. Bournemouth game tomorrow. Just to add a little bit of excitement to proceedings. And that QR code that's always on the screen, bottom left-hand corner there. The bottom right-hand corner, sorry, there. Left-hand corner, sorry, what am I talking about? Is the same code as well, so you can scan that as well. Get involved in the show, everybody. It's going to be a ball tomorrow. We're doing a watch-along over on Big Up as well, but that live event is going to be there for us, and it is only going to be won by someone on FUTV, which is mega. Really appreciate that from them. You have to be a UK resident, sadly, to play the game, sorry, and obviously over 18 as well. A number of scouts employed by Manchester United will fail significantly as the second redundancy drive of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's reign kicks into action. Meetings involving human resources are being arranged for the next week at Carrington, where those at risk of losing their jobs will be told. Yes, that I think fall, not fail, sorry, fall, and that I think is significant. That is something that we've been talking about quite a lot. Sully has actually spoke to us about that, but that's a story from Laurie Whitwell. People who are losing their jobs are going to be informed this week, and that I think is where Manchester United, again, are going to try and save some money to invest into the transfer market somehow. Apparently it's saving us a fortune, but we do need some scouts out there. I don't know. I honestly don't know how many are going to lose their jobs, but again, it's supposedly about another 150 members of staff that are going to lose their jobs at Manchester United. So, not nice. Nobody wants to see it, but I think Ineos are calling it necessary. We'll see, won't we? We will see. I think that is it for everything so far, everyone, today. If anything else does break, I'll have you covered always. But we're back tomorrow live, 8 o'clock, double header. We've got the paper round on Football Talks right after the 8 o'clock show here on FUTV United TV. Please do make sure that you click on that link in the live chats and download Match Bingo. Get into the FUTV only game, which is the one against Bournemouth tomorrow. Get involved. If we sell enough tickets, like I said, we will be giving away 200 minimum to someone in the live chat, somebody who is playing that game from FUTV. Another 50 quid up for grabs as well at different points in that game. And actually, no, it's 350 quid up for grabs in the whole game. So let's get to it, everybody. Get involved. Get on to Match Bingo. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you, mods in the chats, new members, and everyone who has donated. Absolute legends. Just quickly, let me just run through that. I like to run through the people that have actually donated. So, yes, thank you, Greg, Ant, for all your super chats, and also Andy for the donated members. I love you all. Have a fantastic Saturday evening. Go and enjoy the boxing. Drop a comment in below if you think it's actually going to win. I'm going to go Eubank. I think he'll take Ben. I think he's just too big. And I think he's just a bit more savvy. We'll see. We'll see. We could get some sweet chin music from Ben before it even gets past the first round. You never know. But that's it for us. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Give the video a like. Make sure you have subscribed to Forever United TV.